Lots of people canceled travel plans over the past 2 years. So with all that pent-up demand, this looks like it's going to be a big summer travel season.
But let's face it, it's been a while, and when our vacay skills are rusty, we might pay too much on the go.
That's right. So our Jacqui Denker is debunking some common travel myths. And that's our featured story at the top of the list.
Pack your bags, because it's time to take that much-needed trip. But before you take off, there are a few things you should know.
I've heard so many different beliefs and thoughts from people who are frequently traveling, and many of them are simply not true.
So to set the record straight, we turn to travel expert and CEO of Phenel.com, Edyta Satchell. We're starting our journey with, you must pay a service fee to travel agents.
Well, it's not necessarily true, because you have options. The service fee is the extra that they are making. They get commission paid from suppliers, hotels, airlines.
So it's kind of like an extra tip.
But even if they decide to charge you for it, you can ask them to waive the fee. This is something that they can do it in the spirit of good partnership with you.
She says all you gotta do is check with customer service. Next, you can't make a reservation in a hotel that's fully booked.
You can book a hotel that is fully booked.
The key here is to work with a travel agent.
Some of them have options to book something which is called so-called blocked space,
which is reserved space that the hotel blocks off just in case
the VIP show up last minute something else. So travel agents have access to that space if they sign a contract with the hotel supplier for this kind of extra service.
So that could be your ticket in. And if you're not working with an agent,
keep checking. There are cancellations, there are last-minute changes. You should be able to get something.
Moving along with tipping is a must, no matter where you travel.
I do tip when I travel, when I am within the United States. When I am outside of the US, I don't always tip.
Edyta says some countries don't expect any tips from travelers.
Like Eastern Europe, Poland included, countries like Italy, Singapore, even Japan. This is not something you would normally do.
I mean, you always can choose to tip, but in some cases,
they're actually even surprised, sometimes even embarrassed when someone is putting money into it. Some people may read it in the wrong way as a bribery.
So she suggests doing a quick Google search to see what's customary in the country you're traveling to.
Because you don't want to upset anyone.
Finally, all-inclusive means everything's included.
All-inclusive doesn't necessarily mean that everything is included. Exclusions may be something like, right now, the COVID test you have to pay for. Well, the internet may be excluded.
She says things like top-shelf liquor and off-site excursions may be left off the list as well.
So you really need to read the fine print before you make the final reservation.
Traveling Smarter by Debunking Travel Myths is at the top of the list.